It appears I'm under attack on my YouTube channel because you're carrying round an electric engine, an electric battery that you're not really using. In a PHEV, you're carrying that round, so you're actually getting less miles to the gallon and doing the planet more damage than if you just bought a straight petrol. The lengths that people go to actually attack you and kind of discredit you for all different things. I do how-to videos, how to set your sat-nav, how to delete a mobile, how to pair your Bluetooth, how to stream audio. And I've been doing these for years to help people. As cars get older and older, the handbooks disappear, and the harder it is to try and find out how to do it. So I've been doing these videos of all cars, and I've been doing it for 10 years, probably. So I've got quite a catalogue out there. And before I got a message. Let me just read the message. It's not about this video. It's just about having a go at me. This came in from somebody called Phil Stoker, V6Y. He's good, isn't he? He's never answered any queries. And a fist pump. So I answered back. I have 48,000 subscribers and get hundreds of comments a day. I'm only human and can only do so much. I have 4,500 videos online, and to be honest, if I hadn't said it in the video, it's unlikely that I will be able to answer your question. I've made all these videos for free and had 45 million viewers, but sure, you have a go at me and make a completely untrue statement. Just because I haven't seen your previous comment, don't give you the right to say I've never answered any queries. I've answered hundreds of thousands. Do yourself a favour, stop feeling sorry for yourself and ask ChatGPT. And then I thought, I do try, you know, when it's a technical question, I do try and answer all the questions. So I thought I'll have a look at his account. Philip Stoker, no subscribers, shows only one comment on my channel, only one, no previous ones. Joined 8 minutes ago. So he didn't even have time to watch the video that he said I hadn't answered queries on. That's what I'm up against. You see, the trouble is, when you're telling the truth, they try and shout you down. If that doesn't work, they call you names. If that doesn't work, they try and discredit you. If that doesn't work, they try. Somebody reported me for being a racist to YouTube. I'm the biggest non-racist ever. If you're an arsehole, I don't like you. Don't matter what colour your skin is. If you're an arsehole, I don't like you. That's my only criteria. So, and with that in mind, I thought to myself, well, you know, I like EVs. EVs need to sell in the motor trade. I'm a bit wary about the safety. In fact, I'm a lot wary about the safety. As I've said before, there's a flat on the docks that I really, really liked, but there's an underground car park. I ain't living anywhere that there's an underground car park. I ain't living anywhere where there's only one exit. I'll tell you that for nothing. So I walk into town, the place where I charge my EV. When I'm going past, when there's other EVs charging, when I'm walking past, I walk over the other side of the road. Seriously, I do not trust them. Last thing I do at night, I go around and I unplug everything. I unplug all the chargers and everything that's charging that's got a lithium battery in. And I also try and move things with lithium batteries away from stuff that will catch fire. I've even got an explosive bag for my GoPros, because you charge those a few times and the battery swells up. Same with digital watches. Another take on the story I did yesterday, day before. Used car market recovery continues with 1 in 10 sales electrified. That sounds great, doesn't it? That sounds great. 1 in 10 electrified. Used car sales reached almost 2 million units in the second quarter, quarter two, with 68,721 battery electric vehicles changing hands. The UK's used car market grew by 1.7% from April to July in what was the best Q2 performance since 2021, according to new figures from the Society of Motor Manufacturers and Traders, SMMT. Driven by a recovery in the new car sector, it was the 10th consecutive quarter of growth and brings the market within 1% of pre-pandemic levels in the first half of 2025, as 4,017,106 pre-owned cars were sold, up 2.2% on last year. Now, again, this depends on your classification of used. All those EVs that have been pre-registered and a massive amount knocked off, they're counting them as new vehicles that they've sold, and then they sell them to the first owner. So really speaking, the first owner is the new owner, but he's not. He's the second owner. He's the used owner. So they get a twofer. They get one new sale and they get one used sale. So they're like, just cheating, just lying through the teeth. That's all they're doing. People keep saying, oh, they've always done that. They've done that for decades. We used to register this. Yeah, we did. We didn't used to register hundreds of them and hide them to try and prop up the residual values. We never did that. And also, you weren't allowed to sell them. At Mercedes, we weren't allowed to advertise a used vehicle under 3,000 miles as a demonstrator. Although they'd take a car off you. If you did that, they'd take a car off your allocation. Now, they're registering them and advertising them as a used vehicle the same day. Nobody ever did that. We used to have to keep a book. When we registered a demonstrator, we used to have to keep a book with it and show who'd driven it, how many miles, what date. And then your zonie came round every 3 months and you had to give him the book and he'd look through it, then sign off your demo claim to get your bonus. And if you hadn't filled your book in, you wouldn't get it. So don't tell me it's always been the same, because it hasn't. All right. Oh, but no buts. I've worked for Opel, Vauxhall, Peugeot, Volkswagen, Audi, BMW, Talbot, Jeep, Chrysler. What else? I'm sure there's more than that. Mercedes. Worked for Mercedes. Ford. Yeah, Ford. So I've worked for all those. So, and I've been the manager. So don't tell me what they used to do. Because trust me, I know better than you. And I know what you can do and you can't do. So don't waste your breath. You just make yourself look silly. During the past quarter, petrol remained, oh dear, during the past quarter, now listen to this very carefully. I'm doing this again because I don't think I explained simply enough. During the past quarter, petrol remained the best-selling fuel type, with sales rising 1.5% to 1,134,387 units, while diesel declined by 4.3% to 664,644 units. The two fuel types accounted for the lion's share, 90.1% of all cars changing hands, although their combined market share fell by more than 2 percentage points due to the growing popularity of second-hand electrified vehicles. So that's gone down. It's declined 4.3%. Petrol have gone up. Used petrol have gone up, and diesels have gone down due to the growing popularity of second-hand electrified vehicles. Electrified. 1 in 10, 9.7%. It's not 1 in 10, it's 9.7% cars changing hands. So if that was 100, there'd be 97, right? So it's not 1 in 10. 97 out of 100, eh? Cars changing hands in Q2 was electrified, with hybrid electric vehicle HEV transactions increasing by 27.7% to 100,127 units and owning 5% of the market. So petrol's up, diesel is only down by 4.3%, but HEVs own 5% of the market. Plug-in hybrid electric vehicles, PHEVs, were also up by 10.3% to 24,370 units and a market share of 1.2%. Battery electric vehicles, BEV transactions, showed the strongest growth, up 40% to 68,721 units and account for 3.4% of the market. So this is the reality of it is that electric vehicles are at 3.4% of the market. And things, not electrics, what's it say here? 1 in 10, 9.7% cars changing hands in Q2 was electrified. 1 in 10. But proper battery electric vehicles only account for 3.4% of the market. So let me just see, what's that? 96.6% of all used cars sold had an engine. There's a very, very small percentage of people actually use plug the hybrid ones in. They'll use the mild hybrids where, you know, on regen, but they'll pay for that. They'll pay for that dearly because you're carrying round an electric engine, an electric battery that you're not really using. In a PHEV, you're carrying that round. So you're actually getting less miles to the gallon and doing the planet more damage than if you just bought a straight petrol. That's the truth of it. I use Colin's retweet again. Even they don't think PHEVs and HEVs are electric, because they ain't. They're just a way to water down the ZEV mandate, which isn't working.